Hey guys, what's up? Nico again here. And in this 3D Printed Profits episode, I have with us Mick. Mick, where are you coming from, man?
From West Midlands in the United Kingdom.
Where is that?
So if you look at the country, we're to the left on the
West,
map.
copy.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Gotcha. Cool, man.
So
So we're just gonna hang out with Mick today, gonna tell us about his business, how he got started, so on and so forth. But before we start, wanted to let you guys know about the 3D printing side hustle group. Make sure you guys join us. It's in the description below, where we talk about using a 3D printer and building a business out of it. All right. So without further ado, Mick, welcome to the show, man.
thanks, man. Thanks for having me.
So let's start with the entire business here, and let's start with your background. Is this still a side hustle for you, or has this become full time?
Now that this has become it rivals my full-time job. So I still work as a process engineer at a dairy factory. But on my off days, I was messing around with the 3D printers when I first started. And I'd seen yourself and Frank and Galactic Armory on YouTube, and I've been watching loads of guides and videos. And I kept saying to the wife, I've got to get one of these machines because I want to make what these guys are making. I want to figure out how these printers do what they do. And I think I found a broken Ender 3 on eBay. And I was like, how hard can it be?
Yeah, I've heard that before. And then level your bed, and you got all these assholes on the Facebook groups giving you wrong advice.
I stayed away from that, to be honest. I pretty much got the machine and just threw myself straight into it. And then anything I couldn't figure out, then yeah, I was onto the forums. But I didn't really fall into many problems that I couldn't kind of. All right, I'll just tweak this, or I'll just change this temperature, or it's a bag nozzle. Well, obviously there's a clog, and you kind of get used to the machine and the thing you're playing with. So it began as a side hustle, and then I'm now 15 machines in and still going strong.
Nice, man. So you said that your business income rivals that of your full-time job.
Yeah.
That is awesome, dude.
Yeah, so I'd obviously tell one of the lads at work, and we'd discuss facts and figures, and he'd be there in my ear going, you need to make this a business. You need to make it legit. So within about 3 months of properly printing and producing props and bits and bobs for people, it was time to go limited. So that's what we did. We turned it into a limited.
Man.
Thank you very much.
So how much is the business making each month?
A bad month is about $2,000. What I call a bad month is about $2,000. But our best month to date is 4.5, and that was January this year. So I had 2 or 3 big commissions come in at the same time, as well as all the raw prints, and it was crazy. I think January and February were the months where I bought more and more machines.
So $2,000 is about the average then of how much it's making.
Yeah.
Okay. And let's take it back to the very beginning. How did you get into it? Like, how did you start?
So literally just watching you guys and wanting to know how the 3D printers work and see these little extruders running around building things in time lapses. And it was like, I want to play with one of these. That's the way I am. I think that's just the way my mind works. I see things and I think, how does that work? How does it do what it do? And what makes it do what it do? And then give it an hour or two later, I've got it on my workshop bench and I'm pulling it apart, figuring out how.
Beautiful. So you said you started with an Ender 3, right?
Yeah.
How much did you pay for that Ender 3?
I think it was 140 British pounds. So it's roughly pounds to dollars at the minute, the conversion rate as well.
So 140 pounds.
Yeah.
We'll just say 140. I think it's 1-to-1 currently.
Yeah.
Right. So 140, and then now it's turned into $2,000 a month, dude.
Yeah. So
wow,
it's not a bad turnover, is it?
I'm sure it took a lot of work, but
Yeah. Looking back, it's lots of late nights. It's lots of coming out to the workshop in the morning before working, finding a spaghetti nest and going, I haven't got time to fix it. I'll sort it when I get home.
How worth it is that, though?
Yeah. And now I'm gonna touch wood because I can throw USBs at my printers and just walk away. I don't even watch the first layer.
Me neither. There are people who are like, how do you just walk away from the first layer? It's like, no, I know my machines.
Yeah.
Like, I level at one time, and that's good for easily six months,
Yeah,
right? And the
yeah,
only reason why
I,
it gets loose is because of the knobs underneath. You know, they
yeah,
get
just
shaken.
vibrating loose.
They
Yeah,
start turning on, on themselves because of the jerk. But after that, I mean, you turn it what, a quarter of a turn, and it's back to normal,
yeah, yeah,
right? Sweet,
yeah.
man.
It is good. Or you'll hear a random squeak and you'll be like, that's a wheel on its way out, or
Yeah.
I need to tighten that eccentric nut up.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's good.
Um, so what is it exactly that you sell? I think you touched on it a little bit of props. I see
Yeah,
a jet trooper behind you. I see a clone trooper behind you. I see Buzz
yeah,
Lightyear's suit back there.
yeah. So I started out literally. I don't know how to explain it. I was trying to make Stormtrooper and Clone Trooper helmets the same as Galactic Armory does, and obviously bought one or two of his files to test and try and build. And on the end of three, it was never going to work. They're just too big a file to get on a tiny little build plate. So obviously, then I bought the CR10 V2, and I figured out I could fit a whole helmet on the bed, and it was like, wow. So once I'd done maybe one or two prints, and obviously got into the sanding and the layer lines and the post print processing, and then I had a mate of mine go, I want one. I was like, okay, well, pay for materials, and I'll make you an ARC Trooper helmet, and then don't tell Aaron. No, he's all good. I subscribe to Aaron now, so we've got an agreement. Yeah, so I made that first one and then posted that up online, and then people are like, oh, well, I want one and I want this. And then you get onto the Facebook groups and everyone's putting their work up. And I was like, well, I'll put my work up on there as well. And then I think I had an American from Colorado reach out, and he wanted a full Boba Fett outfit. And me being me was like, yeah, I can do that. So he paid me up front, and I bought a couple more machines to handle that work. And then it just snowballed, just more and more work coming in. So I've done countless Death Watch troopers, clone troopers. I've got a list of troopers that I've worked through and completed. Obviously, the buzz was for me, so thank you for those files. That
So
was awesome.
yeah, so Mick posts these pictures of him in the Buzz Lightyear suit, you guys. It's absolutely phenomenal. Not because they're my files. Yes, because they're my files. But he
They are.
did a phenomenal job on it. I mean, it's so cool. That's a nice suit, man. Well done. Well done on that. Um, so
Yeah, that
back,
was a bit of a clickbait build. I was like, look what I can do. Come buy stuff off me.
I wouldn't call that clickbait though, man, because people need to know what you can do, right? You can't
Yeah,
just, yeah, hey, I can make you that, right? And they're gonna be like, no. People have to see what you can do first. You gotta in today's world, you gotta prove it first before they even do anything with you.
yeah. That's why I was quite lucky with the first few customers being friends and being people that were willing to take it on faith. But I do get more and more now going, customers saying, oh, have you done a Sabine Wren? Well, can you show me? Be like, well, no, but this is what I have done, and they can go off post work. So
Yeah.
that's good. That's really good.
And,
But
and you do phenomenal work. That jet trooper behind you looks nice, dude.
thank you very much.
Is that
Thank you.
mine?
No, it's
Oh,
not.
you're lame.
Sorry, man. Sorry.
Oh, you suck.
That's
It's all
another one
good.
of Aaron. Another one
Oh,
of
Aaron.
Galactic Arm.
Okay. It's Aaron.
Yeah.
He's a good guy. So what happened next, man? So how did you get your first customers and your first clients, right? So we get our first initial run of friends and family. How did you
Yeah.
get
Yeah.
the next wave of customers, and how did we become consistent from there?
Like I say, it was the chap from Colorado that really gave me my first full suit build. So then I could go on the forums and advertise and say, look, this is what I can do. And I'm a new kid to these forums and printing, but this is what I produce. So I think that gave it momentum to then produce the next suit and the next suit. And then, yeah. And then luckily, Aaron's released his specialist tier Patreon. So I obviously pay him for his licensing so I can use his helmets files, and started the Etsy shop and the eBay shop and the website. So it's, everything's loaded up for sale in kit form as well as commission form, or as much as I can keep up with.
Okay. And so what happened next? Like did it go on from there, or did you start an Etsy shop, or is it all via
Yeah,
website?
yeah. So when I decided to obviously take it as a proper business, I touched onto Etsy and discovered what a minefield that is for sellers. Jesus. Yeah, I've had a rough few months with that. I got slammed with the Warner Brothers cease and desist.
Oh, no kidding. For what item?
Yeah, yeah, for a Batman cowl. For a
Oh yeah, they go nuts on those Batman. Yeah.
yeah. I was watching your video with Frank and he mentioned it, and I was just chuckling to myself. I was sanding something, and I was just like, yeah, that's me.
Yeah. So I think it was Frank that I was talking to. Warner Brothers, dude, it's hit and miss with them sometimes, man. I know they got me. No, it was Lionsgate that got me for the John Wick coins.
Yeah, Jesus. You wouldn't think it though, would you? You wouldn't think that they come after you for something that you've made, but if it's not the likeness, then it is what it is, I guess.
Yeah, man,
So,
it is what it is. You know, it's such as our industry, right?
that's it. That's it.
So
God, if they ever come after us.
yeah. So what machine are you using now? What is the bulk of the print form? Because you said you have 10 machines now.
Yeah, the 15. The bulk is Sidewinders, artillery Sidewinder X1s.
Really?
Yeah, yeah. And then I've got a CR10 V2 and a V3, but I don't like the V3, the direct drive.
No?
No, because the way the filament holder is on the top, it snags as it gets to above 300 mils and it snaps. So you come out to a half finished print every time.
Sucks.
Yeah, so I rapidly push that to the corner for now until I can get some time where I can
just
sort out a new.
recently switched to a direct drive by Bondtech, and they come out nice, dude.
Yeah.
Like, I was impressed with it. I was like, man, this is really, really nice, you know.
I'm still running stock. Everything on my machines is stock.
Oh, for the most part, everything's stock, but I wanted to print some other things in TPU.
Yeah, yeah.
And so I had to get direct drive.
Yeah, of course.
And once, holy cow, man, these are nice.
Yeah,
TPU was the only reason why I got it though. Otherwise, a stock CR10, CR10S4, all those, no need for upgrades. I mean, buy the 0.6 nozzle just so you can print faster. But
oh yeah,
that's it. That's really it.
Yeah, I discovered that early on. I was like, oh, we'll go up to 0.8, and I was throwing filament away. I was like, no, I've got to come down 0.6, and it's the sweet spot of speed and filament use.
Yeah, yeah, and dude, our group has been using 0.6 for years, man. We've been at 0.6 nozzle for 4 or 5 years, and is this now everybody's catching up? Like, where have you guys been? Clearly not our group. Like,
it's like 3 days, both 0.6.
Yeah, like how long? A 4 or 5 day print? And I go, no, for a helmet, 2 days, man.
Yeah,
and then people lose it. They're like, you only put supports on the perimeter. Yes, there's no supports in the center. And people absolutely lose it. They're like, how? What is this sorcery?
Someone, I think it was a couple of days on my live, asked me, do you support the centers? I was like, no, not on anything. Like, nothing in the center has a support.
I remember when I first came out with that, people told me I was nuts. I go, no, watch this.
No, you have to explain it. Like it builds its own path.
Yeah, because it's a stair. It's a slope. So, right. Anyway, so and what filament are you using for your builds?
I'm on I think that's how I say it. Everyone. Let me grab a roll.
The everyone, yeah. So the everyone filament.
Yeah, PLA plus for the most, and then PETG for armors and cosplay and helmets and
okay. So
hardware.
you use PETG for all right. Is that because of the heat, so it doesn't warp?
Yeah, that's it. It's because a fair few of my orders are from Americans, and I don't know what the climate's like where they're going to have the cosplay on. So
it's 114 here today.
Right. Okay.
What is that in?
I was gonna say, I'm in Celsius. Sorry.
I think like 44. It's hot. It's hot.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'll give you that. It's been like 23 degrees here today. So.
I wish it was 23 here, dude.
Oh man, yeah, we've had some, but it's cooling down now, which is great.
Yeah. Um, so how else does a business make money? Do you offer design services as well?
A little. I was doing GoPro mounts for surfboards when back way when I first began. I had someone reach out to me through an advert for another product saying, "Oh, can you design me this GoPro mount? I need it this high." So I jumped into Tinkercad. Yeah, jumped into Tinkercad. I had to play with that. Had a bit of a laugh at the file names that they give you when you export them.
Yeah, those are pretty funny.
They're really good. Yeah, so but anything really that I need that's a bit more exotic, should I say? Like, say if someone wants a helmet or something that's not created, I've jumped onto Fiverr a few times and used a couple of models on there.
Sweet. What
But
about this? So,
sorry, man.
those are print services, or do you have design services?
Oh, no. I don't. No,
All
I
right.
don't have the time, to be honest. Between printing and sanding and shipping and everything else, it's just, I couldn't do another one on the top.
All right. I mean, that's fair. Um, so is are you only selling on your own website, or are you only selling on Etsy? How are people finding you? What is the
I'm on Etsy, eBay, and the website.
okay.
So
And
yeah.
where's the majority of the business coming from? Etsy, eBay, or website?
Um, so the website's only been live for 2 months, and I've gained maybe a handful of sales through that. So that hasn't been so good, but it attracts more requests and people pay me directly. So random commissions, should we say? Etsy and eBay are quite on par. I'd say if one was over the other, it'd probably be eBay at the minute.
Okay. Interesting. Because for the most part, people are a lot of their sales mainly come from Etsy. So how are you driving traffic to the website?
I'm not. Well, I use Squarespace. I use Squarespace for the website builder, and they come in with SEOs, so that's all enabled. So really, I leave it to tinker on its own, and then we give out leaflets at Comic Cons and obviously the Facebook page, and we share as much as we can on social media to try and get us out there. Really, it's
Okay.
quite hard. Like, I'm not
So
gonna
for the
lie, man.
most part, just SEO and social media, right?
Yeah.
All right. And what else is working today in terms of marketing and driving traffic and getting more customers?
Uh, I'd say going to Comic Cons, like with the buzz. It was, look, this is what I can do, and I had people coming up to me left, right, and centre. Like, and I felt, in my mind, I was like, oh my god, I'm turning into Frank, because I had people coming up
You
to me
say
going,
that like it's
oh,
a
you should
bad
record it.
thing.
Oh, it's a good thing. It's a good thing. I felt honoured. But they were coming
Frank
up going,
was
oh,
just
have you got a
featured on
YouTube?
like Marvel, like the
Yeah.
Marvel hired
Oh yeah.
Frank to do an ad for them. I mean,
Man,
how
when I
phenomenal was
saw that,
that? I was
oh,
scrolling through Instagram and I was shown an ad from Marvel, and I was like, dude, is that Frank? And I was like, shit, it is Frank, dude. Immediately, I was on the phone with Frank, like, bro, I just saw the Marvel thing. He said, yeah, that was the
yeah,
secret
project.
secret squirrel
Yeah.
project that he was working on. That he mentioned it to me. He just couldn't say it because he was under NDA.
Yeah. No, yeah. So I had people at Comic Con just saying, "Oh, have you got a YouTube? Have you done a builders video?" And I was like, "No, I haven't. Damn it." So maybe I should start filming builds, or
Maybe,
I don't know,
maybe you
start.
should.
But yeah, I've only just started going lives on platforms just to show a bit more of the business and what we do.
Good
So
stuff,
yeah,
man. So that's it for all my questions, brother. What is it? What's the future for you? What are we going to do later? Where are we
bigger.
headed?
Yeah, I'd love to be bigger. I'd love to be kicking out more orders, and I've already had to employ my wife, so she doesn't actually go to work anymore. She runs the printers for me. So in the day she's at home with the kids, and she'll come out and put the next files on and load them off the laptop onto the printers and get the orders through. Yeah, so that helps. But I'm looking to bring on another set of hands just to keep the sanding and the painting going as well, and making the suits. So that they're becoming more and more in demand, which is it's great. It's a double-edged sword, but you get to that point where you're like, I've only got these two sets of hands, this set of hands. This is all I can do in a day.
Yeah, yeah. It's a good problem to have, but a problem nonetheless.
It is, yeah, definitely.
So that's it, man. Let's wrap this up with your number one tip for anyone who wants to start their own 3D printing business.
Do something you're passionate about. Like, I love everything I do. The variety of orders, the variety of commissions, and I love getting involved and giving people what they want. So yeah, that'd be my that would be my thing for the next up and coming printers and makers.
It really does show in your work that you love what you do, man. It
Thank you,
really
man.
does show. So that's
Thank you.
good. Well, Mick, that's it for me, man. Thank you for joining us. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you for taking time out of your super busy day to hang out with me for at least half an hour. So
No worries, man. It's been a pleasure. Thank you very much.
thank you, man. All right. Make sure you guys tune in Monday through Friday, 6 a.m. Pacific for more episodes just like this, Mick. I'll catch up with you in about a year, man.
Thanks, man. Thank you.